Barrow Stadium. Bradford will have first use of the ball, and Bradford playing in their tequila sunrise strip here as Ben Blackmore comes up with an error from the kick-off here. So Bradford immediately putting themselves straight under pressure. Ben Blackmore not able to take that ball in, and it's scrum head and feed here to the Cumbrians. Well, when we spoke to Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble during the week, although you can argue that Barrow have no away wins, they've not won away from home all season, Lee Greenwood was saying we're focusing on the Barrow of the last couple of games, the Barrow that lost narrowly to Batley and Featherstone. So can Barrow open the scoring here? We've had 30 seconds gone, scrum to Barrow, 10 out from the Bradford line, and they're going to try and run it in here with Langtree. And they're already 2 metres out now, looking to put some early pressure on this Bradford line. Here it goes with Jackson. Jackson peels of a forward pass, missed by the officials. 2 metres out now underneath the Bradford post. They go short with Wood. Langtree gets the ball here towards Toll, and Toll's wriggling towards the Bradford line. He's rolled over on his back by Michael Lawrence. Captain's not there from the former Giants man. Wood to Johnston, out wide. Barrow in their black alternative shirt, roped up there with Zach Eckersley, and they're on the last tackle, still 10 metres out from the Bradford line. Ball's going to go from Jackson to Johnston. They're running it in at the corner, and Barrow will open the scoring. Ryan Shaw against his former club, but the match officials, they've had a conference call in the in-goal area, and the tries disallowed for a forward pass. So the pass there from Ryan Johnston was deemed forward by the officials, and we're coming back to play the ball 10 metres out. Wow. Big call early in this game. It's gone the way of the Bulls, and Bradford now, they will set their offensive stall out with what should have happened 2 minutes ago. Tafua's getting to his feet, he's playing the ball. Flanagan senior in at dummy half. Now here goes Blackmore. 25 out, tackle 3. Quick play the ball from Blackmore. Now it's going to go with Flanagan. Flanagan's up to halfway. He's met Josh Wood straight there, head on. Another quick play the ball. Holmes in at dummy half. And Bradford inside the Barrow half here with a tackle or so remaining. 0-0 here if you're just joining us. Patton, lovely pass back on the inside. And Bradford now on the fifth and last, 40 out from the Barrow line. Centre field position, Flanagan to Patton. Patton, hang time, looking for Gill on that left-hand edge. It's taken there by Broadbent. Luke Broadbent does well. Tackle one, Barrow back in possession. 3 minutes gone on the clock. Bulls 0, Raiders 0 here at Odsall. And referee Cameron Worsley has penalised the Bulls for being offside in the 10. Penalty to Barrow, 20 metres out from their own line. Well, Paul Carey's Barrow side came up as champions in 2021 and certainly raised eyebrows by reaching last season's playoffs, as well as having a real dig against Huddersfield in the Challenge Cup in a remarkable game as well at Craven Park last season. No secret, 2023 has been a struggle with only 5 wins to their name. But the saving grace for Barrow is that there's still time to turn things around, and Paul Carey is looking for a real effort-based performance from his Barrow side this evening. So Barrow on the back of being awarded that penalty. They're inside the Bradford 20-metre line here at Odsall Stadium. 0-0 as they move the ball over on that right-hand edge again. This time it's with back row forward, Jared Stack, and Stack's brought down 10 metres out to the right-hand side of the post. Wood in at dummy half. Here it goes here with Jackson. Jackson gives it there towards Worthington, who's playing in that loose forward position. Worthington underneath the post, another quick play the ball. Here goes Langtree, and Danny Langtree on this left-hand edge. His run is halted by Lee Gaskell. Good defence there from the Bulls. They're on the last tackle. Johnston throws the ball in front of the post. Hot potato stuff here from the Raiders. Ball goes out to Eckersley. Ball's come off Kieran Gill. It's still the last. Ball's not played it. Johnston kicks it down towards Tom Holmes, and Tom Holmes is wrapped up 5 metres out from his own try line. That was lovely off-the-cuff play there from Ryan Johnston. He was really putting the Bulls under pressure. Bulls on radio says listening from a very wet Manchester. Claire's listening in from Mallorca. got the biggest crowd of the season here at Odsal. It is a Monday night as Jaden Myers tackle 2. Tafua free. Bradford on tackle 3 on halfway. Centre field position. Flanagan goes down the middle here with Lawrence. Lawrence 5, 10, 15, 20 metres inside the Barrow half. And Bradford have been awarded a set restart here because Barrow were holding Michael Lawrence down in the tackle. So this will be tackle 1. And they've now got a fresh set of 6 here with Massimo Tongo playing the ball. Now it goes wide with Patton. Gaskell through a gap, floats it out to Tafua. Tafua steps back on the inside. He's running lateral now, Tafua, looking for a gap. Can't find any gaps, and he's brought down 18 metres out underneath the Barrow post. 5.5 minutes gone. Bulls 0, Raiders 0 here at Odsal. Lawrence now, Gaskell to Arundel in that back row position this evening. He's brought down 5 out. Myers in there at dummy half. Ball across the face of the post. Now an angled run from Massimo Tongo. Dumped on his back. Dropped on the floor. 5 metres out from the Barrow line. Last tackle coming up. Gaskell to Patton. Patton kicks. Crossfield kick dealt with there by Jackson. Oohs and ahs from the crowd. They thought that was the wrong option there. You could see what Patton was trying to do. He was trying to find 19 tries this term, Kieran Gill. He was trying the old parent to Gill crossfield kick trick, but he just didn't put enough power on the power bar. So Barrow back in possession here. 6.5 gone. Bulls 0, Raiders 0 as Broadbent goes in at dummy half. Now the ball goes over on this main stand side, but that's good, hungry, suffocating defence there from the Bradford Bulls, dealing with that possession there as they now move it with Broadbent straight down a dummy half. And the young fullback here for Barrow is wrapped up by Lawrence and Gaskell in a 2-man tackle. They're certainly up for it here, the Raiders. They're on the last tackle though. Good defensive set from the Bulls. Johnston's just going to run, plays it down the line. That one's dealt with by Holmes. First game back in 5. Oh, Tom Holmes, big collision there. It's perfectly legal. And he's been held in the tackle there a little bit by Andy Bowman as the ball comes back on his main stand side. Crowd not happy about that, but Blackmore's got the ball to Holmes. Holmes, it's on now between Tom Holmes and Bowman. Referee just playing on here. Touch judge is going to tell the referee what happened in a moment, but Battieri has crashed onto a short ball in centre field. We were watching the altercation between Johnston and Holmes as Bradford, a wayward pass, gone behind everyone, picked up by Jaden Myers, and Myers is now caught on the shoulder. 4th tackle gone here for the Bulls. 20 metres out from the Barrow line. They'll be in good ball territory when they're on the last tackle with a kick from either Gaskell or Patton. Flanagan's in there at dummy half. Here goes Gaskell. Gaskell to Holmes. Holmes takes the line on. 5 metres out here from Holmes. Well, Bradford must have been given another 6 again here because the tackle count clearly has reset. Missed the call from the official because probably Holmes and Johnston were getting a bit of a set too, as Barrieri now gives it to Massimo Tongo. And Bradford now 5 metres out from the Barrow line. Flanagan, Patton to Wallace. He's going to put the brakes on his AJ Wallace. And that was the last tackle. 5 metres out, 9 minutes gone, still 0-0 here. Well, a lot of people were asking for my prediction before the game. I think this is going to be close. I said to everyone, 8 to 10 points in it, either way. Some people thought maybe 20 to 30. You've got to look. You can't look at the table, you've got to look at the form book. Barrow at home, yes, they've not won away, but they'll enjoy this Odsal surface. It's very, very slippery, very wet. The mud just starting to show through the grass here. And that's good defence from the Bulls. They've been forced Barrow to kick early. And Barrow are going to be caught offside now with that kick chase. So Bradford, they get the penalty here. It was a kick chase from Ryan Johnston. The ball hit Flanagan. Flanagan was facing his own try line, so the referee quite rightly said it's gone backwards. It was play on, but the Barrow kick chase then was offside inside the 10. And the referee's just had a word here with Jared Stack, who was just asking about the legality of the call and why that call happened. But he has explained it as Cameron Worsley, and he just said it was the original kick chase. The touch judge said that they were offside inside the 10. Good evening to Andy. Mr. Holbrook also joining us this evening. West Yorkshire Radio. 0-0 here, 10 minutes gone, but Bradford, they're going to tap the ball, 20 out from the Barrow line. Gaskell, Lawrence, Massimo Tongo, second spell at the club, wrapped up, 8 metres out, give or take a metre or so. Underneath the Barrow post, Flanagan now, short side, Gaskell, he's thrown it into touch. Did that touch the Barrow hand though? We'll look towards the call from the officials. No, he's just overplayed it there, Gaskell. Bradford's third error here inside 10 minutes. That will not please Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble. Well, the message from Lee Greenwood was Barrow, like Newcastle, like Swinton, like Keighley, they're all fighting hard to stay in the championship. And Lee Greenwood said he saw that game against Featherstone and he knows that the game tonight will pose a strong challenge and test the Bradford's character. And of course Bradford do have a short turnaround leading into that game on Sunday against Batley. But Barrow now, 11 minutes gone on the clock, moving the ball down the middle here with a big prop forward, Greg Burke. Once upon a time, Oldham player, quick play the ball from him. Back across the face of the post now with Worthington. 5 inside the Bradford half. They're on the 5th and last tackle. Josh Wood in there at dummy half. Gives the ball to Adam Jackson. Jackson kicks up looking for Ryan Shaw and Zach Eckelsley. And George Tafua really did have to stand his ground there. George Tafua takes it superbly under pressure from Shaw and Eckelsley. And now Bradford back in possession. Once again, Bradford playing in the white shorts and the tequila sunrise orange jersey that they wore at the Summer Bash. Third penalty to Bradford now, offside inside the 10. That was the haste of the play, the ball from George Flanagan Senior. Barrow just talking to the official again, wanting to slow it down. That's Captain Jared Stack. We've got people listening, sunny Cumbrian, Wales. Lovely, lovely, lovely part of the world is Wales. Also Steve Potts joining us from Halifax. Steve, I'm having a night out in Leeds on Thursday, so I'll be seeing your Ellis at the Viaduct. I'll tell him you're listening in at the Bulls. Here goes Lawrence. Lawrence down the right-hand edge. 20 out from the Barrow line. We've had 12 and a half gone here. Still scoreless. Here goes Gaskell. Gaskell 10 out. Rolled over. Peels for a bit of a swinging arm in the tackle. Missed by the officials. Patton's taking the line on. Now with Holmes. Angled run from Wallace. Back on the inside. Wallace towards the Barrow line. He's held up. 5th and last tackle coming up here for the Bradford Bulls. Looking for first points here. Patton, hand time, looking for Blackmore. Go back, drop out ball. No, it's not. They're offside inside the 10. The boos and jeers come from the Bulls supporters. They thought Patton's crossfield kick that had put Andy Bullman under pressure. He's been forced back in the in-goal area, and it remains 0-0 here. 3 penalties to 2 now, and Barrow, they'll be looking to move themselves back up the field. Let me know where you are joining us from this evening. Here at Odsall, it is Bradford 0, Barrow 0. Don't forget on Sunday we're at Batley. It's the big one. If things stay the same and Bradford get the win this evening, or even if they don't get the win, it's going to be 4th against 5th. Barrow now inside the Bradford half of the field. Lovely little run there from Ryan Johnston. People listening from Cyprus, they're saying it's 10 o'clock over there. Just gone 8 o'clock here at Odsall. We've had just shy of 15 minutes gone. They're over on the far stand side. Barrow, Wood, back down the middle channel here with Harvey Makin. And Makin's made 15 valuable metres. And the 15 metres out here, Barrow on the last tackle. Wood to Johnston. Crossfield kick here. Blackmore's under pressure. They've lost the ball over the line of Barrow. They're claiming a try with Andy Bullman, but clear as day, Bullman knocked the ball on in the act of scoring in the in-goal area, and that's a third error from the Barrow Raiders. So 3 errors apiece, and it is 0-0 here at Odsal Stadium. Don't forget, in the 16th minute, in a minute's time, there's going to be a minute's applause to remember young Rycroft Foster, who tragically passed away with SDS, a rare genetic condition, last month. During his short life, he was cared for by the wonderful medical team at the children's ward at Colchester General, and already over £40,000 has been raised. Bradford have just come up with error number 4 of the evening. They have handed possession to Barrow, 30 out from their own try line. So this is a little bit worrying here for the Bradford Bulls, because they've put themselves under more undue pressure here at home against Barrow, who were certainly up for the fight based on what we've seen inside the opening 15 minutes. They're now 15 metres out, centre field position. Wood's in there again at dummy half. Langtry's calling for it, but it goes towards Johnston. Johnston draws in the defence, and it's a try. No, it's not. Oh, it was very nearly one of the great tries of Barrow's season. It was Johnston. He gave the ball to big prop forward Harvey Makin, and Makin somehow managed to draw the Bulls' defence. He got in out the back door to Adam Jackson. Jackson's over the Bradford line, but he just couldn't keep it in. He's knocked the ball on in the in-goal area, and that now will be a 6 tackle set to the Bulls. And it's Kieran Gill tackle 1, Blackmore tackle 2. Flanagan's now giving away a penalty in possession, attacking Ryan Johnston's leg. And it's 3 penalties apiece. People listening, Guiseley, good evening. And here we go, we've just hit the 16th minute. This is that round of applause to remember young Rycroft Foster, who tragically passed away. And this is the rugby league community at their finest, coming together for such a great occasion. Over £40,000 raised. We're hoping it's going to be 50 by the end of this game. But one thing that Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble will be spinning feathers on is that penalty given away by George Flanagan. Here come Barrow now, they're 10 metres out, ball towards Bullman. Bullman beats Myers, beats Gaskell. Bullman, oh, Joe Arundel, try-saving tackle, bringing down Andy Bullman. He scored a try against Firth in the last round, and here goes Langtry. Langtry's rolled over now on tackle 4. 1 remaining here for the Raiders. Wood out of dummy half to Johnston. Everything's going through Johnston. He takes a tumble, and he's brought down 5 metres out underneath the post, with Flanagan Senior making that tackling contribution. And now it's another penalty on the last tackle. Bradford have gone high, and that was very, very silly, them going high on Greg Worthington. And Paul Carey brings the kicking tee on here. We've had just shy of 20 minutes gone here, and Barrow clearly realise it's going to be a low-scoring affair due to the inclement weather conditions and the pitch. And this is an opportunity here for former Bradford man Ryan Shaw to get Barrow Raiders in front here. Kick predictor turned on, it's at 100%. It was 5 metres out in front of the post. It was a very sloppy, lazy tackle that went above the shoulder blade of Greg Worthington, and Barrow are about to open the scoring here in the 19th minute at Odsal Stadium. So Ryan Shaw, he was 1 from 3 in that 20 points to 10 defeat against Featherstone, scored a try in that game. He's kicking at 82% this season. Had a spell at Hulkinson Rovers after his time here at the Bradford Bulls. So can the former Bradford utility back open the scoring here for Barrow? Can play a number of positions, wing, centre, but even fullback. So 10 metres out, just to the right hand side of the post, in front of the South Bank stand here, the events venue in Bradford. Crowd getting a little bit impatient here. Ryan Shaw's taking the full 90 seconds. Clock still ticking down. Ryan Shaw from in front. That's the first points of the evening. Bradford 0, Barrow 2, Ryan Shaw 1 from 1. And now Bradford have to go back to perhaps the drawing board a little bit, because they've come up with 5 errors in the first quarter. We've had 19 minutes gone. They've given away 4 penalties. That was certainly not in the script under Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble. So we're back underway here by the boot of Dick Patton, dealt with by Johnston in the in-goal area. He'll immediately give the ball to Greg Burke. Burke not made much impact there because he's wrapped up by Flanagan. Also involved in the tackle there was Massimo Tongo. Here goes Lee Gaskell and Arundel. Good defence once again from the Bradford Bulls. Jason Barrieri in there as a third man. The 20 shy of their own line, moving it out. The referee signals another 6 again. This time it's for the Barrow Raiders. So tackle count resets for the men from the Cumbrian Peninsula. This is a very, very sloppy performance from the Bradford Bulls. We've got to be brutally honest. We'll call it as we see it. You've given away 4 penalties, 2 set restarts and 5 errors. Do the maths. That's 11 times you've given possession here to Barrow. And there's another penalty here to Barrow because someone's gone in high. Dick Patton is arguing with the young official Cameron Worsley. Patton saying, are you sure it's high? And now Michael Lawrence wants to have a word with referee Cameron Worsley. He's not happy. He thinks the officials are being a bit unfair on Bradford. Cameron Worsley just say to Michael Lawrence, you sort your side's discipline out and I'll take care of it. And they're going for another 2 points here, Barrow. Penalty awarded, 5 metres inside the Bradford half of the field. And this is a self-inflicted car crash from the Bulls at the minute, because they're just giving away penalty after penalty, the 2 set restarts, the 5 errors. That's 12 times now they've given Barrow extra possessions, and no surprise they're going to find themselves potentially behind on the scoreboard by more than 2. So penalty for a high tackle from Dick Patton. He was one of the Bradford players who was in the sin bin against Whitehaven for a high tackle. So Ryan Shaw, kick predictor, was at 100% a moment ago. It's now saying 74%. It's dead set central, right in front of the Bradford post. Brian Noble will be wanting to get the message on that this ill discipline is costing his side dearly. Barrow to double the lead here at Odsell. That one will go straight between the posts, and Barrow lead the Bulls by 4 points to 0. Ryan Shaw, 2 from 2 in a very ill-disciplined first 20-minute performance from the Bulls. Well, if they're going to get something from this game, the Bulls are going to have to come from behind this evening. Patton underway here. Barrow do have the win behind the back in this first half, as the Raiders now move the ball up to their own 20-metre line. We've got 18 minutes to go to half-time. Surely the message from Lee Greenwood and Brian Noble is going to be to cut down the penalties, cut down the errors, and get some points on the board yourself. Barrow now 5 shy of halfway, tackle 3. Wood in there at dummy half again. Johnston's calling for it in centre field, but in the end they're going to run it down the middle here with Greg Worthington. George Flanagan Senior nearly went high there on Worthington. And here we go, big prop forward, Harvey Makin goes straight down the middle, and he's 30 metres out here on the last. Wood to Jackson. Jackson drills it off the Bradford man. He was being held back there off the ball. Barrow thought they were going in for a try there from Ryan Johnston, but it was a knock-on by Barrow first before the Barrow player was being held in the tackle. So 5 errors apiece now, and Barrow will turn over possession. 15 out from the Bradford trial. And just a quick reminder of the round 20 results on Friday evening at the Olympic Legacy Park. It was Sheffield 32, Halifax 30, Sheffield now up to third in the table on 26 points. It was Toulouse 64, Keighley 0 on Saturday. Featherstone 28, Batley 8, and on Sunday London 10, York 24, Newcastle 25, Swinton 19, and Widnes 36, Whitehaven 28. Eben Sker's just come on the field, and Eben Sker makes an immediate impact, carrying Bradford up to halfway. Here we go with Battieri, 10, 15, 20 metres, offloads the ball behind him to Patton. Patton now to Wallace. Wallace goes straight down the middle. The heavens have opened here at Odsall. And I feel sorry for the supporters out there on the open terraces. We're lucky we've got the gantry roof above us. But here at Odsall, with 15 minutes to half-time, Bradford on the last tackle. They're 20 metres out now from the Barrow line, and they're going to go to the air here with Patton. Patton, crossfield kick, looking for Gill. And he's done exceptionally well there as Ryan Shaw. Put under pressure, Shaw jumped higher than Gill and Tafua. And if Bradford didn't know this, they know now they're going to have to roll their sleeves up and really battle hard against this battle hard and Barrow Raiders side, who of course beat the Bulls in round 10. Bit of a horror show that afternoon. I promise we won't mention it again this evening. But it's West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, Mick the Game Caller Gledhill here at Odsall. 15 to go to half-time. Barrow kick early in the count. Holmes lets that one roll dead, will it? He's going to get lucky, it's Tom Holmes. It just rolls dead. There was the chase from Making and Johnston and Holmes. Oh, my word. Well, the officials, they're not going to let Tom Holmes take the quick tap on the 20. He wants a controlled restart, there's Cameron Worsley. So it will, that's what the booing and the cheering was in the background. Blackmore's brought down, 25 out from his own line. Down the middle here with Jaden Myers, he's had not much to do. Well, the conditions are really going to make this a low-scoring affair. Here goes Eben Sker. Up to halfway, tackle 3. 2 remaining. Lily's on, gives the ball to Holmes. Holmes is brought down, tackle 4. 1 remaining here for the Bulls. As Lily goes for a scoop pick. Oh, Lawrence has just gone down a little bit awkwardly there, but he's okay. And Bradford, once again, they're around about 20 metres out here now from that Barrow try line, looking to get the first try of the game. They're on the last tackle now. 14 minutes to half-time, 0 to the Bulls, 4 to the Raiders. Patton to Gaskell. Gaskell kicks to Blackmore, bounce to the ball kind for Broadbent. And Broadbent puts the brakes on, and he's 5 metres out from his own try line. And it's still the Raiders 4. The Bulls no score here, but Bradford have got Barrow in a good field position here, where they're going to try and force the Raiders back. And we've got 13 minutes to go to half-time now. And it's still Bradford 0, Barrow 4. We're still waiting the game's first try. We might have a tryless first half. We've not had many of those at Odsall. But this is Barrow fighting for their championship survival. They know that Newcastle's win over Swinton wasn't good for them yesterday. As Wood once again out of dummy half. Here goes Making. Making's felled there by Sker, Lawrence, and also Battieri. Bradford have done well on this defensive set because Jackson puts boot to ball downtown to Tafua. Tafua, he's touched it. He's going to concede the goal line dropout here, and it's another error from the Bradford Bulls. And Barrow are kicking the Bradford Bulls to death here. Tafua under pressure. I don't think Tafua needed to touch the ball. And George Tafua just looks a lonely figure over there on that left wing position. Bradford setting up their goal line dropout. And if you thought the game against Widnes was bad, well, this is just as bad. But that's a booming goal line dropout here, as Broadbent has to go back over halfway, and he's going to be tackled by Lily, 10 metres shy of halfway. That's much better response from the Bradford Bulls. Bradford now offside inside the 10. It's another penalty to Barrow, and they want to go for 2. It's 42 metres out in front of the Bradford post, and after all the hard work from Lily bringing Broadbent down, someone said dissent. It's Dick Patton. Well, I tell you what, get Dick Patton off the field because Nick Patton has given away 3 penalties in this first half, and that's the second one now for the Saints. And that has just moved Barrow literally an extra 20 metres, and instead of kicking from 40 metres out, they're now kicking from 20 metres out. Well, if someone does not get the message out to Nick Patton, it's a team game, a team performance. Ryan Shaw about to take Barrow out to a try lead at 6-0. We're in the 29th minute, and Bradford, they've been absolutely woeful in this first half with ball in hand. The errors and then the penalties. In the Championship, you simply have to turn up. You cannot turn up half-assed. Kick predictor on 100%. It's 20 metres out, straight down the middle. Ryan Shaw, he'll take 2 points at every opportunity. This to give Barrow a 6-point lead. Between the paws, Bradford 0, Barrow 6. There's boos and jeers now from the Bull supporters. They're not happy with what they're seeing out here on the field. Dick Patton looks a bit of a forlorn figure there as he walks past the young official Cameron Worsley. And Patton will drill the ball over on that far stand side. Oh, very nearly Zach Eckersley come up with an error, but he'll take tackle 1, and he's 15 out from his own try line. Wood goes in there at dummy half. It's Bradford 0, Barrow 6 here as Charlie Emsley goes straight down the middle of the field here, and he's rolled over 25 shy of halfway. We've got exactly 10 minutes to go to half time here this evening as Tom Wilkinson is rolled over 10 shy. 3 tackles gone here for the Raiders. Wood's in there at dummy half, and they're now inside the Bradford Bulls, or just shy of the Bradford Bulls half of the field. They're practically on the halfway line on tackle 4. Down the middle they're going to go here with Makin, rolled over on his back. Last tackle, this is on the restart after points, and Barrow have made 60 metres. Johnston, short side, kicks to touch, turns the Bulls around. That will be a scrum, head and feet to Bradford, 10 metres out from their own try line, and you can see what Barrow are doing here. This is very, very clever, calculated gamesmanship from Paul Carey and his Barrow side. They are literally kicking to touch, running down the clock, taking points at every opportunity. Certain people of a certain age might remember in 1996, Wigan against London at Central Park. Tony Curry, the London coach that day, he took London to Wigan, and they come away with an 18-all draw. That draw cost Wigan the title. Something's happened here in the tackle between Jared Stack and George Tafua, and the referee Cameron Worsley's called time off here. He's taking a report from the touch judge. He's getting a little bit fiery here between Tafua. Jared Stack's pointing, he's saying Tafua's biting. Now if Tafua's been spotted by the touch judge as biting, Tafua's off the field. He is. He's been sent off for biting. It's a red card. George Tafua, he's been sent off for biting Jared Stack, and it's a penalty right in front to the Bradford post. Well, Bradford, they've hit that big red self-destruct button here, and this is going from bad to worse. Barrow want to take 2 more points. I have not seen anything like this in my life. I thought the game against Widnes was bad, but this is even worse. This is diabolical. This is absolutely diabolical. What was George Tafua doing there? He's done it right in front of the touch judge. He's bit him, and the touch judge, after looking at the bite mark, has gone red card. Bradford down to 12 men. George Tafua becomes the latest Bradford player to be leaving the field for ill discipline, and this ill discipline has been a common theme this season. Lee Greenwood might not admit it, but the ill discipline has been a common theme. Kick predict 100%, Ryan Shaw. This will take Barrow out to a 2-score lead, and they've not even had to work hard for any of the points in this first half. It has all been self-inflicted. The boos and jeers once again reverberating around Odsal Stadium. That now, I make it 9 penalties that Barrow have had in this first half to Bradford's 3. It is Bradford 0, Barrow 8 here at Odsal. Strap yourselves in, we might be going the distance here. Surely there's going to be a response from the 12 men of Bradford. The supporters, the booing, the jeering, there's a lot of criticism coming from the stands. There's a lot of criticism coming from myself, but when you've been doing this job for, this is my 14th season, you call what you see. You don't sugarcoat things. My esteemed colleague once upon a time, Mark Hobson, taught me that. 7 minutes to half time. Barrow now with Josh Wood in at dummy half. He goes to Johnston. Johnston now along the line, and it's going to go there to Kevin Rothwell. Waffrell's brought down, 5 shy of halfway. Lilly in defence with AJ Wallace. Well, Bradford now are really going to have to roll the sleeves up as Charsley Emsley gives it to Johnston. Johnston kicks into space. Holmes has to shift across. Holmes from 5 metres out. He's got Bullman to deal with. And he's finally brought down 5 metres out, but Myers is in there at dummy half. And, well, this is one of those games now where Bradford, with the conditions, the ill discipline, the self-inflicted performance as Kieran Gill, he's had very little ball in this first half, Kieran Gill. He's had to go straight out of dummy half there. Bradford trapped inside their own 20. They're finally out of the 20 now here with Ben Blackmore, and it's another quick play of the ball as they come down the middle here with Fenton Rogers, who's just come on the field. They're on the last tackle here, Barrow. They're clearly offside inside the 10. The officials have let that one go on that occasion, and now Luke Broadbent traps the ball with his foot, and he now will be meeting Lee Gaskell and Fenton Rogers head on 20 shy of his own line. We've got 5 minutes to go to half time. If you're just joining us, 8-0 to Barrow, all from Ryan Shaw penalties. If you include the descent penalties, which have been 3, the penalty count is 9-3. Unbelievable. It's all self-inflicted. Bradford, the architects of their own downfall, thus far. They have to score next, you feel. If Barrow go 12 or 14-0 up, that could be it. But Barrow, incomplete control of this game. Down the middle, they're going to go here now. Once again, good defence though on this occasion as Adam Jackson's wrapped up. He'll get to his feet. Johnston on the last, drills it into touch, and once again, it's about slowing down the game. Barrow dictating the speed and pace of how this game will be played. Scrum to Bradford, 15 out from their own line. And I'm just looking at some of the body language of the Bradford players. It genuinely just looks like nobody wants to be here on a Monday evening. Where's the spark? Where's the catalyst? Will it come from perhaps Fenton Rogers, Eben Skur, Jordan Lilly, who have just been recently introduced onto the field here? Bradford now 20 out from their own line. Tackle 1. Blackmore, tackle 2. Barrow offside, this time picked up by... Well, you could argue the crowd have helped Bradford win that penalty, because until the crowd were getting on the back of the officials weren't going to give anything there. But Bradford now 20 metres out from that Barrow line. They're offside again here, Barrow. Well, you can hear the noise in the background here. The fans clearly not happy. Kevin Appo's come on the field, so Lee Greenwood, Brian Noble have freshened things up. There's 4 fresh players on the field. And Bradford about to get the first points of the game here. It's 8-0, the trail, 3 minutes half time. Lilly to Skur, 5, 2 metres out, Eben Skur. Bradford looking for a crucial try on the cusp of half time. Patton to Holmes. Holmes drops the shoulder. He's heading to touch, but he puts the handbrake on and he does a bit of a U-turn. Oh, well, he's gone into touch here. He's put the handbrake on here. Well, the officials have lost all control of this one. Tom Holmes was tackled and then he's been dragged into touch. And now the officials have given another penalty to Barrow. It's their 10th for the first half because somebody has shown more dissent. Well, that's 4 times in this first half. Bradford have shown dissent now to the officials. That is simply unacceptable. I have a little bit of sympathy for Tom Holmes. He was tackled. Well, Barrow have not found touch. Brian Johnston, he went for power over accuracy. And this game could be about to explode here because Tom Holmes has been dragged to the floor and Tom Holmes has just been taken out off the ball. The officials have lost control. Once again, we see it every week in the championship. It's now a 5th penalty to Bradford. Holmes was taken out off the ball. Holmes was inside on the support play. And you could argue that's 10 minutes in the sin bin because that is a professional foul. Well, Bradford's still down to 12. We've got 2 minutes to go to half time. It's all happening here. We've had 4 set restarts and 15 penalties. It's 10-5 to the visitors. And Eben Skur wants to carry it in here. Bradford 10 metres out, underneath the Barrow post. Lily now to Rogers. Rogers 2 metres out. 8-0 the Bulls trail. Can the Bulls score? Lily to Skur. Skur twisting, turning. He's pushed back in the field of play by some hungry, effective, efficient Barrow Raiders defence. 5 metres out underneath the post. Lily now goes wide with Patton. Patton to Apple. Apple's gone without the ball. And Josh Wood's gone straight in the face there of Apple. The players come together again here. It's on at Odsell. The touch judges are going to have to sort this one out. We've got 80 seconds to go to half time. And to be perfectly honest, the officials, we said it about 5 minutes ago, they've lost control of this game. You know, you've got players being taken out off the ball. Yes, George Tafua, he deserves to go and be dismissed for the bite. But for mine, Tom Holmes is in support. He's taken out, he's had his shirt pulled and dragged to the floor. That is a professional foul. We don't like to bag the officials, but this is now 4 or 5 games in a row, and it's not because Bradford are losing. I'll openly say Bradford in this first half have been their own worst enemies, but when you've got decisions like that being made, and it's penalties going to be given to Barrow, that's their 11th in this first half. And with 60 seconds to go here, hopefully this is just a clean end of set. And I can't, well, Brian Noble's already down there on the touchline. I'm going to call it, Bradford are going to get the mother of all half-time rollickings from Brian Noble. Brian Noble is stood there by the tunnel. He cannot wait to get him in the dressing room. Let me tell you, he looks absolutely incandescent. And I tell you now, him and Lee Greenwood, they've got such a decision to make now in how they try and change this. We've got 30 seconds to go. Barrow, 5 shy of halfway. They're over on this main stand side with Josh Wood. Back down the middle, they're going to go here with Elmsley. Someone else has gone in here now on the ball. Officials allowing play on here as Luke Broadbent now goes straight down the middle. Broadbent's caught, last tackle. This could be the final play of the first half. We've got 20 seconds left here. It goes from Wood. High kick from Johnston. Johnston down the middle. Oh, the referee says a penalty here. The referee is giving a penalty. Well, I've seen everything there is to see in the sport of rugby league. There's 2 seconds left on the clock. Well, the officials are having a conference call here. Brian Johnston's gone down off the ball after the kick. We've had 12 penalties awarded to Barrow, 5 to the Bulls, and 4 sets restarts. We've had 21 infringements of ill discipline in the first half. Kevin Apple being pulled out by the officials. Bradford could be down to 11 men here. Kevin Apple giving the benefit of the doubt there, Cameron Worsley just saying. And Ryan Shaw's going to go for 2 points here. 20 metres out. Over on this main stand side. This to take Barrow out to a double-digit lead by 10 points to 0. Well, I'll tell you something here at Odsell. I know if you're a Bradford fan in the stands here, you're not going to want to relive this first half, but in a strange way, it has been compelling and captivating viewing or listening. There's that much going on. But I think Bradford's frustration there on Ryan Johnston is because of the officials missing the elbow in the tackle from Charlie Emsley. So the officials have missed the elbow in the tackle. Bradford have retaliated, and they've further compounded their situation by giving away another 2 points. Ryan Shaw, kick predictor, 61%. His most difficult conversion or penalty attempt of the first half. This one goes wide. This one goes wide. Half-time at Hudsall. It is Bradford Bulls now.
One breakfast with Milo and Rosie.
Danny Milo.
What a great show. That's our opinion, not yours.
Rosie Madison.
Good morning.
Wake the fun up across West Yorkshire.
He's Milo, I'm Rosie.
Plenty of room for everybody in this show. We'll get you a chair down from the loft.
Available on FM, DAB, app, or ask your smart speaker to play Pulse 1.
Cheerleaders to leave the field, and we should be about to get underway. Or the little ball boy, and the referee's got the nod. Off we go. Second half underway. The 12 men of Bradford, can they do something just like they did away to Whitehaven? The second half of that game belonged entirely to the visiting Bulls. The Bulls are at home. Can the Bulls hit the Raiders just like they hit Whitehaven in a real strong second half performance? We will see what happens here, but already it's a strong, promising start here from the Bradford Bulls, because they're immediately putting Barrow under so much pressure, and that's great defence from AJ Wallace. Also Fenton Rogers involved in that tackle. They're on tackle 4, 30 out from their own try line. This will be the last tackle, 5 shy of halfway. Rogers and Lilly doing the hard work in defence, but the officials on the last tackle have given Barrow a set restart. So it's already started here, a minute straight into the second half. The Bulls have done exceptionally well in defence, and then on the last tackle, someone has held down in the tackle. It was either Lilly or Rogers, and the officials have given Barrow a fresh set of 6. So not the first start that the coaching partnership of Greenwood and Noble would have wanted. Noble, just like he did against Whitehaven, patrolling over on the far stand side, bringing energy to the touchline. Barrow have lost the ball backwards, picked up cleanly by Wood. Wood now gives the ball to Jackson. Jackson's brought down 5-10 metres out now from the Bradford line. There's 2 tackles remaining here for the Raiders. Paul Carey's side, no, a win this evening gets them out of the relegation battle, gets them out of the relegation spots. They'll move up to 13 points above Swinton and Keighley. They're on the last tackle now. Johnston into the in-goal area. Danger here, and the Bulls kick it dead. Goal line drop out, and this is already sucking energy and that enthusiasm that the Bulls showed in that first minute. But they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to do it the hard yards and the hard way this evening here at Hudsall. Good goal line drop out once again. This one's up and over halfway, but immediately Charlie Emsley drags the ball 10 inside the Bradford half. Wood in there at dummy half. Now it goes to Langtree. Langtree, the former Oldham man, rolled over. 25 out from the Bradford line, tackle 2. Patton and Arundel in defence there for the Bulls. Jackson in front of the Bradford post, goes wide of Johnston. Johnston to Broadbent. Broadbent's floated in out wide to Shane Toll. Toll's wrapped up the Scottish international. Toll to his feet, he'll play the ball. Back they're coming down the middle channel once again, and this time Bradford have done well. Tackle 4, 1 remaining, the 12, still 25 out. Much better defensive set here from the Bulls. Jackson. Ball's played off a Bradford foot. Referee says play on. This is still tackle 4. Broadbent brought down, 15 out, last tackle. They're attacking the Ruley Avenue terracing here, Barrow, at the start of the second half. Crossfield kick from Johnston. Holmes has lost the ball. Offside position from Myers. It's yet another penalty. And Barrow, I think, might be going for 2 more points. Although Paul Carey wants Barrow to actually have a bit of a roll on here. They've got that 2-score lead over the Bulls at 8 points to 0. and they're going to decide to tap the ball and run. Well, this has been a very, very lacklustre, frustrating start to the second half from the Bulls, just when you expected them to roll the sleeves up. They've done a little bit of that in defence, but again, they're coming up with set restarts, penalties and errors. As Adam Jackson now turns towards the line. He's had the ball stolen, as he know he's not. He's lost the ball over the Bradford line. Big decision there from the officials. And we're going back to the 10 for a scrum. So, that's the second time Barrow have dropped the ball over the Bradford line. Scrum, head and feet to Bradford. 10 metres out centre field position. 5 minutes gone of this second half. Well, Bradford, as we said, they've been formidable at home. They've had 10 wins from 12 in all competitions. And one of those 2 where they didn't pick up the wins was the 22-all draw with Halifax. Just Batley's 21-16 win. The only side to have come to Odsal and escape with anything in 2023. At Barrow, about to do the unthinkable on a Monday night. Here goes Kevin Apple, the Prince of PNG. He's 20 shy of halfway. Quick play the ball from Apple. Here goes Sker now, running in like a cannonball. And Bradford are on tackle 4, 1 remaining on this set as Lily carries Bradford inside the Barrow half of the field. Good running yards there made by Fenton Rogers. He'll get to his feet, he'll play the ball. Lily now towards Gaskell. Gaskell, high hanging kick. Danger here for Broadbent, takes it. And that's good kick chase pressure there from the Bradford Bulls. The hang time on that kick, it didn't allow Luke Broadbent much time to think. He just knew he had to put his body on the line. And he has got the ball, and Barrow back in possession, albeit they're doing the hard yards forward from inside their own 20-metre line here. We've had 6 minutes gone. Half-time score was Bradford 0, Barrow 8. George Tafua sent off in the first half for a bite on Jared Stack. Here we go, Barrow back in possession now from that play the ball. Referee was just saying that the player had advanced past the play the ball. Bradford have just had no ball on that Barrow line whatsoever, and perhaps that is a forward issue. We know this evening they are without Seguiaro, Butler and England. They're on the last tackle. Kick comes in from Jackson. Holmes under pressure, takes it on the full from his own try line to the 10, 15. Holmes runs lateral, and Bradford back in possession, albeit the 15 metres out from their own try line now as Kieran Gill goes on a run, and Kieran Gill's away up to Bradford's 30-metre line. Quick play the ball from Kieran Gill. Bradford going over on the far stand side here with Ben Blackmore. Blackmore's up to halfway. Third tackle gone here. 7 minutes gone. Bulls 0, Raiders 8. All the points coming from Ryan Shaw. It could have been 10 points to 0 had Shaw not missed on the stroke of half time. Penalty to Bradford for a ball steal. 13-6 the count. Bradford's 6th penalty. And this is awarded 5 inside the Barrow half of the field. Gaskell looks at the post, but they're going to go over touch. And Bradford really could do with a try. So I'll be brutally honest here. Confidence sadly lacking at this moment, at this particular stage of the game. A try certainly would get this crowd on the feet. Arundel tackle 1, Lily in there at dummy half. Fenton Rogers. He's brought down there in a 2-man tackle. He's rolled backwards in front of the post. Still 10 metres out here. Lily. 6 again given away by Barrow. As Bradford now find themselves 5 metres out. Right in front to the Barrow Raiders post. Lily to Fenton Rogers. Rogers catches over. Fenton Rogers with a try. The official's going to give it, but the touch judge says Fenton Rogers has knocked the ball on, and the try's going to be disallowed. Well, that one looks very close from up here. The referee was about to point the finger. The touch judge said Fenton Rogers had dropped it on the line, and there was 3 Barrow defenders there on Fenton Rogers. Its score remains Bradford 0, Barrow 8 here at Odsal. And Fenton Rogers Well, he had his debut in the Super League in that narrow defeat for Huddersfield against Wigan. He's back at Bradford for the remainder of the season. And what a moment that would have been. Here come Barrow down the middle here with Jackson. Jackson inside the 10. Jackson's brought down. Quick play the ball. Barrow have the ball stretched. They're coming across towards his main stand side. And they're literally on top of the line. And it's another penalty. This time Bradford offside inside the 10. And they want to take the 2 points here, Barrow. They want the 2 points. Paul Carey has 2 fingers in the air, and they're going to take the 2 points because it's right in front of the post. So another penalty conceded by the Bulls. Penalty count now, I've got it at 14-6 in favour of Barrow. And the self-infliction continues. Well, there's no secret Bradford do not play well under the cameras. And that hoodoo looks like continuing. Shaw, this will be his 6th attempt. Just one miss tonight from the former Bradford winger. This one 20 metres out, just to the right-hand side of the post. Kick predictor says 83%. So Ryan Shaw, he's got the wind in his face. Can he add an extra crucial 2 points? I think it's a very smart decision by Paul Carey because the clock is still counting down here and this is taking time off Bradford's availability to come back and get in this game. Fenton Rodgers denied the try. Ryan Shaw, left-footed kick between the posts. Barrow, double, score lead. It's 10 points to 0. There's boos and jeers reverberating around Odsal, and I think on that occasion that is aimed at the Bradford players themselves. It has been a very, very abject performance from Bradford as we have hit the 50th minute here at Odsal. Patton goes long and deep. Emsley returns the ball, tackle 1, 5 metres out from his own try line. It's West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Bradford 0, Barrow 10 here at Odsal. Barrow looking to do the league double over the Bradford Bulls on what was supposed to be a very special night in memory of young Rycroft Foster, who sadly passed away in June with SDS. 3 Bradford players bringing Barrow back rower. Jared Stackdown gets to his feet to play the ball. Straight out of dummy half here from Luke Cresswell. Cresswell's brought down 5 shy of halfway, and Barrow have been thoroughly deserving of this 10-point lead as Charmsley Emsley, his second carry on this set. He's now 5 inside the Bradford half on the 5th and last tackle. Ball goes left. Johnston kicks towards touch, and once again it is Ryan Johnston who is running the show. The game management, the experience, is turning the Bulls around at every opportunity, and this is now one of those sets where Bradford are turned around 10 out from their own line. Someone has to roll the sleeves up and someone has to get Bradford up the field, otherwise this game is gone. 27 minutes left here at Odsal. Michael Lawrence comes on for Jason Barrieri. Bradford awarded a set restart, again another one. Fenton Rodgers leaves the field. So a couple of interchanges made here. Well, Brian Noble and Lee Greenwood's half-time team talk has not had the desired effect at all. Lawrence is up to halfway, tackle 3. Bradford spread the ball. Patton, Gaskell, Wallace. Once again, Barrow's defence. And I think this is where that numerical disadvantage is going to come and haunt Bradford. As Lawrence is brought down on tackle 4. Quick play the ball. Lilly, that's better from Bradford. Lilly's made 25 metres. They're on the last tackle though. Ball goes wide from Battieri to Gaskell towards the corner. Try to the Bradford Bulls. Try's going to be given. The Bulls have scored at long last. I think it might be Jaden Myers. It's between Myers and Blackmore. Someone has got on the end of that one. But Bradford, it was down to Jordan Lilly He ignited that Bradford Bulls attack. It's Jaden Myers. What a knock from young Jaden Myers. He's just announced a new 2-year deal at the club. And Bradford, in the 54th minute, it was a lovely, delicate kick from Lee Gaskell. It held up on the old Speedway corners, and Myers applied downward pressure. Patton from the far stand touchline. Can he convert? It's gone wide and away, but Bradford are back in this game, and it's a 6-point affair. And I tell you what, if Bradford do come away with this now, if they do, it's a big if, but if they do, Barrow must be thinking, what on earth has happened this evening? Well, the crowd have come alive, the heavens have opened again, and the war cry now goes around Onslow. Are we in for a special last 25 minutes? The crowd concernedly play their part here this evening. West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Bradford 4, Barrow 10. Could be another championship thriller. As Eben Skur tackle, one rolled over. 15 out from his own try line. Quick play the ball from Eben Skur. Bradford still deep inside their own half after 2 tackles. But Lily's in there at dummy half in place of the injured James Seguiaro. And here goes Gaskell now. Tackle 3. They're up to halfway. They're over halfway. Bradford now sharp shooting into this Barrow defence. And Barrow have conceded another set restart here. Bradford have been awarded 5 and the tackle count restarts. It goes from Patton to Skur. Skur's like a man possessed. He's 15 metres out. Lily now to Wallace. Wallace like an express train. He's hit the buffers though. Barrow buffers. Lily out of dummy half. 2 tackles left. Bradford 4, Barrow 10. Gillen at dummy half. Off the floor. Ball's picked up. Lawrence has lost the ball. Oh, the referee says back to 1. Barrow must have touched the ball. It's a crucial error for Paul Carey's side. Here they go out of dummy half. Barrow are down to 12 men. There's a player down in back play. It's 12 on 12. Skur's underneath the post. And Eben Skur is held up. A metre out. Lily now to Gaskell. Everything's going through Gaskell and Lily. And Gaskell's halted on tackle 4. 1 left here for the Bulls. Back in centre field to Lawrence. Across the force. Patton kicks for Arundel. Arundel's in. No, he's not. Tried disallowed by Arundel. He's locked the ball on over the Barrow line. And just like Fenton Rogers did moments earlier, Joe Arundel adjudged to have not grounded the ball in the Barrow in goal area. Once again, it was a lovely Fred kick through from Dick Patton on this occasion. Well, Bradford 4, Barrow 10.
It's changed for Barrow Raiders, leaving the field at 32 from Woodley 17, hashtag 36, Barrow 18.
Barrow were not happy with the officials there. They wanted it to go, but here we go. We might be in for a bit of a grandstand finale here at Odsall Stadium. Because they're now on the last tackle here, the Barrow Raiders. But they've run it. Oh, somehow the ball's been out the back door. Barrow, they've got the Bradford stretch. They're in at the corner with Ryan Shaw. Ryan Shaw's in. And Ryan Shaw could come up with a crucial try. That goes some way to settle in this tie. 14 points to 4. It's the Ryan Shaw show here at Odsall Stadium. We're in the 58th minute. And Ryan Shaw It was lovely play. Harvey making the big Barrow prop forward. He offloaded the ball 2 metres out from the Bradford line. Barrow stretched the balls. That numerical disadvantage came into play, and Bradford's drift, Bradford's shift could not come across. Very, very difficult to pinpoint any Bradford player at fault there because they've done exceptionally well. And listen to the boos and jeers now as Ryan Shaw takes the full 90 seconds. Well, the referee is going to let him do it, and they're just going to run the clock down here, Barrow. It's perfectly legal. It's in the laws. It's in the laws. And just after Jaden Myers had scored his second try of the season, Bradford thought they had drawn level with Joe Arundel. Well, I don't know why the crowd are booing, because he's allowed 90 seconds to take the conversion. So it's perfectly in the rule book. It's certainly not unsportsmanlike. Barrow have come here to frustrate the Bulls. Shaw about to take his 7th conversion attempt. Do the maths. 7 lots of 90. That's how much time's been lost. Shaw with a left boot. That one goes wide. 14 points to 4 here at Oxford. Bradford have to score next. Bradford have to score next. We're fast approaching the hour mark. 20 minutes left here at Oxford. What have Bradford got left in the tank? Patton, deep and long towards touch. Jared Stack does well. Stack takes it, and he's immediately brought down 25 out from his own try line. Apologies if you lost us a moment ago. We're okay now, as we see Barrow leading the Bulls back to that 10-point advantage, that 10-point cushion. Well, we'll call it now. Bradford have to score next. If Barrow score again, this one's over. We did see a little bit of a mini response. Well, that's not good there from Michael Lawrence. Michael Lawrence has lifted the Barrow player above the horizontal, and now Barrow awarded penalty 15, number 15 of the evening. And we've just hit the hour mark, so 20 minutes left here at Odsall. 20 minutes for Bradford to try and find a way. If this is their second defeat of the season at Odsall, this one's going to hurt the most, because this one has been completely and utterly self-inflicted. And Barrow, to their credit, have disrupted the Bulls to high heaven. Here goes Making. Tackle 1. 10 metres out now. And that 5 metres out from that Bradford line. Well, it's only one try apiece, and that'll give you an idea of the ill discipline from the Bulls. But if Barrow do score here, game over. Johnston, still 10 metres out. Bradford, to the credit, despite being down to 12 men, they're still defending valiantly and heroically here. Sadly, it's not always been the case, as Barrow now twisting and turning. Ugly foul conditions here at Odsall. The rain still teeming down here. It's been relentless in this second half. Johnston now. Jackson to Broadbent. He's lost a little bit of ground there, Broadbent. And this is a good solid defensive set from the Bulls. They're on the last tackle, the Raiders. 14 points to 4. Jackson crossfield kick. Chancing at the corner. Referee says goal line drop out. Bradford have forced it dead. We go back for a repeat set of 6. More pressure incoming on the Bradford Bulls. So Bradford 4, Barrow 14 here at Odsall Stadium. Monday night rugby league. Patton goes for a short goal line drop out, and Bradford have got the ball. Great play there from Dick Patton. The Bulls have got the ball back, and now there's a chance for Bradford. There's 18 minutes left. They have to score next. They'll play the ball, no scrum. And now the crowd getting on the back of the officials. Bradford down by 9 on the penalty count. Well, they've given away the set restart, but you've got to say, a set restart, 20 out from your own line, does nothing. Here goes Jordan Lilly. Lilly once again controlling the ruck. He's in man of the match territory. Gaskell now. Gaskell powering his way on an angled run. And Bradford now 20 out from the Barrow line. Lilly to Lawrence to Patton. Patton pumps the ball wide to Arundel. And Arundel's brought down 15 metres out, 5 in from touch. Killing at dummy half to Patton. Now down the middle here with Lawrence. 10 metres out. They're on the last tackle, the Bulls. They're down by 10. 17 left on the clock. Patton kicks through for Gill. Kieran Gill. Was he taken out there? He's appealing for a penalty try. Joe Arundel looks to the touch judge, but they're going to say goal line dropout. If there's a video referee at this game, you're certainly checking the validity of a penalty try. I think there was too many black-shirted Barrow players for that to be even remotely considered by the officials, but Kieran Gill certainly was impeded in the in-goal area as he was going for the ball, but I guess Bradford will just take the goal line dropout up to halfway. Here comes Eben Skur. 10, 15, 20, nearly 25 metres made on that barnstorming run from Eben Skur on tackle 1. Here goes Blackmore, another 10 metres made, tackle 2. Bradford 10 metres out. Lawrence now 5 metres away from the line, 3 metres, third tackle gone. Lilly goes wide to Gaskell. Gaskell through a gap. Bradford just brought down a metre out. Tackle 4, the right on top of the Barrow line. Bradford score here, we might have a grandstand finale. Patton's pass goes wayward to Arundel. They've lost a little bit of ground. Last tackle here for the Bulls. It's now or never. Lilly to Patton. Crossfield kick from Patton. Ball's been taken in there by Zach Ecclesley over on that far stand side. And Barrow live to fight another day. There's now 15 minutes left here at Odsel. 15 minutes for Bradford to not to hold on, for Barrow to hold on. Bradford, just one defeat here all season. Are they about to taste defeat for just the second time? Well, the post-match press conference with Lee Green is certainly going to be interesting. He spoke during the week about mental focus and attitude, and that has not been here at all this game. Bradford have shown it maybe perhaps for 10-15 minutes at most, as Bradford's defence once again forces Barrow to kick from deep inside their own half. What can Kieran Gill do? Will return the ball up to Bradford's 30-metre line. Quick play the ball there from Patton. Myers out of dummy half. There's now 14 minutes left. Bradford need 2 tries. Barriere carries them up to halfway inside the Bradford half as Barrow just start to look a little bit fatigued. Deck Patton's dropped the ball here with no one on him. Well, that sums up Bradford's evening for mine. Deck Patton, no one on him, has dropped the ball cold, and that's going to be scrum head and feet to Barrow, and I think that's the game. I think that might just be the game for the Bradford Bulls. This will be a famous win here for Barrow. And what this win will do for the Barrow Raiders this evening, it'll move Barrow up to 11th, and it's going to put the Keighley Cougars in the relegation spots, I do believe. And that is not what Keighley Cougars ever dreamed of happening. Well, perhaps some Bradford fans might take some comfort that Keighley go in the relegation zone, but crucially for Bradford, this was a huge opportunity for them to keep up pressure on those sides above them, which were directly Sheffield and Batley. That game against Batley on Sunday now turns into must-win. This one's still not over yet, but once again Barrow, they're deep inside the Bradford half of the field here with Jackson now to Johnston. Johnston's just going to chip over the top here, putting Blackmore under pressure. They've lost the ball forward of Barrow, and that is going to be a knock-on. That'll be a head and feet, play the ball here to the Bradford Bulls. very disappointing performance by Bradford standards set in that second half against Whitehaven. Well, he might not admit it, Lee Greenwood, but this has been a continuation of that poor performance against Widnes 3 weeks ago. Bradford now doing a lot of soul searching. Is there going to be a famous come from behind wing here with Odsall? Jaden Myers, he's in man of the match contention for mine. Good run from Jaden Myers. Now Lily to Lawrence. Lawrence is 40 out from the Barrow line. He gets another quick play the ball in. Holmes, Patton, chance here now for Bradford. They go through the gap with Gaskell. Gets a quick play the ball in. It's Wallace to Patton. Barrow struggling. Crossfield kick from Patton. Barrow have lost the ball. Picked up by the Bulls. The Bulls are over the Barrow line. But the match officials are going to say Bradford have knocked the ball on first. It's another no-try call against the Bulls. Patton's crossfield kick causing pandemonium in that Barrow defensive line, and it could only be Myers or Blackmore who've come up with the error because it was over on that right-hand side, right edge. Bradford 4, Barrow 14, with 11 minutes to go here at Odsall. Well, Ebenskir's done nothing wrong, to be perfectly honest, if I'm Lee Gaskell as well. Well, there's only 4 players. Kieran Gill, you could argue, has done nothing wrong. And Kieran Gill fights back to stop the 40-20, but he's done well, Kieran Gill. He's distracted the ball, and Bradford will have the ball 25 metres out from their own line, but time is running away here from the Bulls. And the Bulls supporters are telling the Bulls to try and stop the clock if they can, because we've got just over 10 minutes left here now at Odsall. And that's 10 points the deficit, 10 points the gap. I tell you what, Lee Greenwood, Brian Noble will take a draw right here, right now. Well, the championship, it continues to absolutely captivate and dumbfound rugby league supporters up and down the land. This is a big performance from Barrow. Michael Lawrence now is lifted above the horizontal. A rare penalty to the Bulls. And now a chance for Jordan Lilly to take the Bulls deep into the Barrow half of the field. 9 minutes left at Odsall. Bradford, you feel, have to score on this set of 6. Arundel will tap the ball. He'll give it to Wallace. He's off to Hulkiston Rovers next season. Joining former Bradford men Rowan Milnes, Ethan Ryan, Elliot Minchella and Matty Staunton. Ball down the middle here with Lawrence. Lawrence looks for the offload, keeps hold of possession. And Bradford now 10 metres out on tackle 2. Couple of tackles remaining here as Flanagan Senior head down towards the Barrow line. Can Bradford break the Barrow defensive dam? Lilly to Arundel. It's one-man rugby from the Bulls. They need a little bit of second phase here. Can Flanagan get the ball hastily now to Lilly in centre field, which he does. Lilly over the top. Oh, they've made a hazard of that, the Bulls. But Tom Holmes has come up with it. Holmes flicks the ball towards touch. Picked up there by Blackmore. Blackmore just wants to take the tackle. And they've lost a lot of ground there, Bradford. They're 20 metres out now on the last tackle. It'll be a kick from Gaskell into the in-goal area. Barrow happy to concede the goal line dropout. 8 minutes left though. Bradford's third goal line dropout of the evening. And this now means Bradford get the ball back. But the referee will stop the clock. Barrow have a player down, receiving medical attention. And from up here, it looks like it's Danny Langtree who will leave the field. So they're losing a few bodies laid on here, Barrow. The 12 men of Bradford battling hard, but the damage was done in the first half. It's a try apiece. It's those 5 penalty goals that Bradford have conceded through ill discipline. That is going to cost them this evening, we feel. Ball up to the Barrow 40. Holmes. Outside ball to Skur. Tackle 1. 3 Barrow defenders bringing down Eben Skur. Ball goes on that short-hand side now with Gaskell. Gaskell to Myers. They're over the line, the Bulls, but the try will be disallowed. It's a forward pass from Lee Gaskell to Jaden Myers. It's another disallowed try. They've had 4 in this second half. More composure. Composure. Well, it just looks like the Bulls. Headless chickens. Nobody reading any sort of script. And Bradford's season could be about to deflate here at Oxford. I know some people will say that it's all about regrouping and getting back on the horse, and certainly they'll focus on Batley on Sunday, which is now a must-win game for Bradford if they have any aspirations of being in the top 4 and having a home playoff semi-final here at Odsall. Barrow, 20 shy of halfway, Greg Worthington. But I tell you what, really impressed. I know there's no Jared Samet who's out serving his band, but Adam Jackson and Ryan Johnston, they've really stepped up here this evening. And Barrow, to the credit, despite Bradford's self-inflictedness, they've really played their part in frustrating the Bulls, and they've just done the basics right. Low penalty count, low error count, good gamemanship, good game management from Ryan Johnston. As Bradford now back in possession following a kick on the last tackle from Ryan Johnston. There's 6 minutes to go here at Odsall. 6 minutes, and you suspect it's game over if Bradford do not score on this set. Here goes Joe Rundle out of dummy half. 10 shy of halfway. Bradford get the penalty. This could be the set that Bradford need. Lee Gaskell wants to kick the ball straight into touch. And he kicks Bradford 30 metres out from the Barrow line. Strap yourselves in. This could be the set that decides this game. And Bradford about to have a lifeline as we enter the final 5 minutes or so. They're going to tap the ball and run with Jaden Myers. Jaden Myers, 5 metres out, tackle 1. Quick play the ball. Now it's with Lawrence to Skur. Skur, 2 metres out, tackle 2. Flanagan in there at dummy half. Flanagan's over the line. Flanagan's held up. We go back to the 10. No, we don't. George Flanagan's been caught in the tackle, and now we see the penalty count even itself up. Well, the crowd are saying let Bradford tap the ball. The referee's allowing Barrow to go back on their own 10-metre line. Well, we've seen everything there is to see this evening. I've seen it all. Gaskell now. Over the top. Blackmore's in. Try to Bradford. They're in at the corner. They've got the lifeline. It was a lovely loop ball from Gaskell, to Ben Blackmore. And strap yourselves in. We've got 4 minutes left on the clock. It's 8 points to 14. Ben Blackmore, try number 9 of the season.
It's a try for the Bradford Bulls, sponsoring memory of the Chocolate Family.
Jack Patton from the far stand touchline. He makes it a 4-point game. We're going the distance on West Yorkshire Radio. 4 minutes on the clock. Are the Bulls about to do the absolute unthinkable? They're doing it the Bradford way, let me tell you, loyal listeners. Flanagan caught the Barrow markers, not square, won a penalty, he was held up, and from that penalty, Gaskell's loop pass over the top, saw Ben Blackmore going at the corner. Listen to Wodsall now. Barrow cannot believe what they have seen. Jackson drills it straight down, and it's a cool, calm pick up by Lee Gaskell. And here goes Evan Skur. We're going the distance on West Yorkshire Radio. It's 10 points to 14. They've given away the set restart in at the ruck there, Barrow, but it's on tackle 1. That does not help the Bulls at all. So this will be tackle 1, a fresh set here, and the 10 shy of halfway. They've got to go 60 metres in 4 tackles. 3 minutes left on the clock. Lawrence now straight down the middle. Tackle 2 is inside the Barrow half. Another quick play of the ball. Here come the Bulls with Barriere. He's 25 out. Big physical challenge there on Barriere. They're going short side with Gaskell. Gaskell's kicked over the top, and Bradford forced the ball and got out because Luke Cresswell was out of position, and that smart play there from Gaskell. But there's now 3 minutes exactly left. The Bulls supporters are going absolutely bananas in the stands. Barrow have thrown the ball over the dead ball line. They don't want to get on with it, so the referee has stopped the clock. A 4th goal line dropout forced by the Bulls in the second half. Barrow drilled towards Kevin Apple. Apple picks up cleanly. Oh my word! We are literally going the distance here. Bradford 20 metres out, Kieran Gill. Well, Bradford will drink the pubs dry in Bradford tonight if they get someone out of this. Flanagan now to Lilly, to Skur. Skur back on the angled run. Skur's caught around the chest and the shoulder, and he's dragged to the floor. 2 tackles left as the Bulls go wide now with Lilly to Gaskell, to Holmes, to Blackmore. Blackmore 5 metres out, rolled over. He's still in the field of play, and they're on tackle for the Bulls. It's now or never. They're down by 14 points to 10. Lilly to Skur. Skur's brought down underneath the post, and this will be the final play for the Bulls. Last tackle. Less than 2 minutes on the clock here at Odsal. Flanagan, it goes towards Gaskell. Gaskell through a gap. Gaskell's lost the ball, and the referee says knock on. Gaskell's saying he released it, and it went backwards. And that's the chance. That might be the game you feel. Barrow in no real hurry to get the game back underway. Bradford, you feel, might just have one more set of 6. Barrow are just going to roll the sleeves up, and they're going to protect that ball at all costs. An unbelievable game of rugby league, probably for all the wrong reasons if you're from a Bradford position. Those 15 penalties, 4 set restarts, 7 errors. But oh boy, have Bradford shown a little bit of mongrel and character late on in this game. It's still not over because Bradford will have one final set of 6. It depends where they get the ball from, because Barrow are now up to halfway with Greg Worthington, and they're on the last tackle. This kick is of utmost importance from either Jackson and Johnston. Johnston goes down the tram line, and Bradford are just going to let the ball go into touch, but it's a penalty to Barrow because something's happened off the ball, and that's the game. Ill discipline with seconds left has cost Bradford this game, and now someone showed dissent. It's another penalty. That's 17 penalties that Bradford have conceded. That is simply inexcusable. It's disgusting. And Barrow now will surely close out this game. Ryan Shaw will have a shot at goal, and he will run all the time off the clock. Bradford 10, Barrow 14. Bradford only have themselves to blame. They give you hope, and then the hope's evaporated in the most dumbest of fashions. A self-inflicted defeat for the ages, this. As the clock continues to tick down, Bradford might just have one last play on the restart, but they'll have to get the ball back. You're talking Hail Mary stuff. I tell you what, someone get Steven Spielberg, James Cameron on the phone if that happens, because you couldn't script it, you couldn't write it. Ryan Shaw taking an absolute eternity here at Odsal. Well, Barrow are just moments away from becoming the only team, the second team to come away with a win here at Odsal after Batley. Boos and jeers trying to put off Ryan Shaw. He is just looking at the post, looking at the ball. This to give Barrow a 6-point lead. Oh, it's hit the post. It's hit the post. And it's got into the arms of Jordan Lilly. And Jordan Lilly now has given the ball back behind him to Tom Holmes. There's literally 17 seconds left on the clock. It's Hail Mary stuff from the post. They've thrown the ball into touch. That's it. That's the game. From the Bradford Bulls. They went for broke. The players